Hello, my dear learners. How are you? I wish you are all well as you are staying home and following the rules of health for COVID-19 pandemic. The education institution has been closed since 1 year, more than 1 year. My dear learners, you know the situation of pandemic is increasing rather than before 3 months. My dear learners, as our education institution has been closed, we have to practice and take preparation by myself. Okay? Staying home, you have to study attentively so that you can make yourself perfect for your final exam. Okay? Now, my dear learners, I am going to discuss another rules of passive voice of assertive sentence. You know, in my last classes, I have discussed about how to transfer the active voice into passive voice. Okay, my dear learners, but before going to start my class, I would like to introduce myself. This is Class MAHMUD, Assistant Teacher, English, Rabita Model High School, Rangamati. My dear learners, let's start our class. Rule number 3, if the assertive sentence is with present continuous means subject and then auxiliary verb am, is, are, and verb ing. Okay? Or if the sentence is past continuous, that means subject and then auxiliary verb, was, and verb ing. And future continuous, that means subject, then auxiliary verb, shall be, will be, and then verb ing and object extension. If the sentence is present continuous, past continuous, and future continuous, then we have to follow the following instructions. At first, according to past rules of in present indefinite and past indefinite tense, at first we have to use object as subject. Object as subject form. Okay? And then, my dear learners, notice in present indefinite tense and past indefinite tense there are no auxiliary verb. Okay? But in this case, in 3 sentences there are auxiliary verb. Am either present indefinite tense, present continuous tense bears am either, past continuous tense bears auxiliary verb was, and future continuous tense bears auxiliary verb shall be, will be. Okay? So, first object as subject form, then auxiliary verb. According to person, we shall use auxiliary verb and then being. Okay? According to person, auxiliary verb and then being. Then past participle form of verb and then extension then by, and lastly subject as object form. Okay, my dear learners, see an example. I am learning English. My dear learners, subject I am, auxiliary verb, and learning, verb bears ing. Then object. This is present continuous. Okay. Then at first we have to write object as subject form English. Then auxiliary verb English third person singular, so we shall use is, and then being. After that, first participle form of verb learning, base form learn. We have to write first participle form of verb learned. Okay. Then, as there is no extension, we need not write. And then by, and object form of subject I, object form of I, we shall use me. Okay, another example. The boys were making a noise. The boys were making a noise. You know, this is past continuous tense because subject they bears, the sentence bears auxiliary verb were and verb ing. Okay, and then object and so on. My dear learners, we have to put, first we have to put object as subject form, a noise. This is subject and object form is same. My dear learners, then we shall use according to person, a noise is singular, so we shall write was. Then being, and then first participle form of verb make is made. Okay, and then by, and object form of subject, the boys, will also be same. Okay. You will be telling me a story. Another example, you will be telling me a story. Dear students, you know this sentence is future continuous tense because the sentence bears subject and then auxiliary verb shall be or will be and verb ing. Okay. My dear learners, notice in this sentence there are two objects, me and a story. In this case, we shall write the personal object which as subject. Okay, if there is double object, personal object and another material object, then we shall use personal object firstly. We should use it. Okay, my dear learner, then object me will be as subject form I. Then according to person, I bears shall be. Okay, it you can also write will be. Then according to rules, being, for passive we have to write after auxiliary verb being, then first participle form of verb told, and then extension, if any extension, a story. Okay, my dear learners, and then by, and subject form, subject will be set as object form. The object form of subject you we have to write you. Okay. Now, my dear learners, let's discuss another rule. If the assertive sentence is with present perfect tense or past perfect or future perfect. Past perfect, how we can find out the sentence is present perfect, past perfect and future perfect? If you find the subject, the sentence begins with subject, then have has and for past participle form, it will be present perfect. Subject and then had a past participle form of verb, this sentence will be past perfect. And if the sentence begins with subject, then shall have or will have, and then past participle form of verb and object extension, this sentence will be future perfect. Okay. Now, if the sentence is present perfect, past perfect or future perfect, then we have to follow the instruction. At first, we have to use object as subject form. Then, according to tense and person, we shall use auxiliary verb and then been. B-E-E-N, been. Okay. And then past participle form of verb. You may find the given sentence is also bears past participle form of verb. Okay. Same form, past participle form, and then extension, and then by, and lastly the object form of subject. Okay. My dear learners, first object as subject, then auxiliary verb, and been past participle form of verb, then extension, and after that by, and lastly object form of subject. My dear learners, let's see an example. We have won the game. Subject we, auxiliary verb have, then past participle form, the base form of win, but in this case past participle form is used in this sentence won, and then object the game. This is present perfect tense. Now, my dear learners, we have to transform from active to passive. Firstly, the object when as subject form the game, then auxiliary verb. As the subject is third person singular, we shall use has. But if the subject is plural, then we shall use have. Okay. But the game is third person singular, so we shall use has. And then been, past participle form, won is same. Then extension, in this case there is no extension, then we shall use by, and object form of subject. Object form of subject we, yes, us. Okay, my dear learners. The man, another example, the man had killed a snake. Okay, my dear learners. The word man had killed a snake. Subject, the man or the word man in your had, and then past participle verb. This is past perfect tense. Okay. At first, we have to write object as subject form, then had, auxiliary verb had, and been. Okay. Then past participle form killed. In this case, there is no extension, and then by, and lastly object form of subject, the man. Okay. My dear learners, according to the following the rules, we will be able to transform the active voice into passive. I hope you will be practicing more and more sentences from your exercise book. Then if you find any problem, you can call me or virtually contact with me, then I shall help you to solve the problem. Okay.